everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with a severe weather update for the Day 1 outlook. We have two slight risk areas which I'm going to go over in this video. For today, we have a slight risk up here that encompasses far northeastern Montana, most of North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, and the very far extreme north central edge of South Dakota. And we have a slight risk down here that encompasses east central Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois, southwestern Michigan, the northeastern half of Indiana, central and western Ohio, and the very far extreme north central tip of Kentucky. So we have another slight risk, and we have a broad marginal area that covers northeastern Montana, southwestern North Dakota, northern and eastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, most of Minnesota, most of Iowa, central Wisconsin, central Illinois, the southern half of Michigan, central Indiana, northern Kentucky, most of Ohio, far northwestern Pennsylvania, and the very far extreme southwestern tip of New York State, which barely includes New York State at all. And we have a marginal risk down here today that covers southeastern Arizona, or central and southeastern Arizona. We have another marginal. So, going to the tornado threat for today, we have two areas where we have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado today. 1 to 2% chance of an isolated tornado areas is up here in northeastern Montana and central and northwestern North Dakota. One of the areas where we have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado today. Going down here, we also have a 2% chance of an isolated tornado today that covers east central Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois, far southwestern Michigan, the northeastern half of Indiana, central and western Ohio, and the very far extreme north central tip of Kentucky. So, now going to the wind aspect of things, we have two areas where we have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher today. One that covers far northeastern Montana, most of North Dakota, northwestern Minnesota, and the very far extreme north central edge of South Dakota. And going down here, we also have a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher today that covers east central Iowa, southern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois, southwestern Michigan, the northeastern half of Indiana, central and western Ohio, and the very far extreme north central tip of Kentucky. And we have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that covers northeastern Montana, far southwestern North Dakota, northern and eastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, most of Minnesota, most of Iowa, central and west central Wisconsin, central Illinois, southern half of Michigan, central Indiana, most of Ohio, northern Kentucky, going here into far northwestern Pennsylvania, and the very, very, very far extreme southwestern tip of New York State. This barely includes New York State at all, but the very far extreme and really, really extreme southwestern tip of New York State. And we also have a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour higher today that covers central and southeastern Arizona. That's the wind threat. Going to the hail threat now, we have a 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today that covers far northeastern Montana and central and northwestern North Dakota. Now, if you look at the black dashed areas, which encompasses far northeastern and northwestern North Dakota, don't know why I just update on me. The black dashed areas encompasses far northeastern Montana and northwestern North Dakota. The black dashed areas is where we have a 10% chance of seeing hail of 2 inches in diameter or larger today. And we have a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger today that covers northeastern Montana, southwestern and eastern North Dakota, northern and eastern South Dakota, northeastern Nebraska, most of Minnesota, most of Iowa, southwestern Wisconsin, northeastern Illinois, southern Michigan, the northeastern half of Indiana, and central and western Ohio. So, now going to the summary for today. Strong to severe thunderstorms are expected from the northern plains into the upper Midwest and Ohio Valley. So, that's the Day 1 outlook. I'm going to have a separate video on the Day 2 outlook very soon, so stay tuned for that. So, stick around for the Day 2 outlook, which I will have out very soon. Stay tuned for the Day 2 outlook, I should say, which I will have out very soon.